All right, we are going to be starting verbs today. So this is the first foldable in our unit. You will need your packet that I passed out to you quite a while ago, and you wrote today's date on here. So we're going to cut this all the way around the outside and glue this whole page down onto the page in our composition notebook. We're just looking at action verbs today. So I'm going to cut this all the way around the outside. And these are the typical verbs that you think of, or the types of verbs you think of when you hear the word verb. So it's an action of some sort, someone is doing something, or something is doing something. Okay, now on the next available page in your composition notebook, you are going to write the title, Action Verbs, up at the top. And we're going to glue this whole page down, just like so. Just like this. Okay, so we're just going to read through it a little bit, just because I know you have worked with this quite a bit, so I don't expect you, or I don't expect that you don't know anything about this, but we're going to spend a little bit of time just looking over action verbs. So action verbs show an action of a noun. So we know what a noun is: person, place, thing, or idea, doing something. So let's write person, place, thing, or idea, and they're doing something. Okay, now this next section I kind of like. So it says think. If you can do the verb that's in the sentence with your body, or can I do this with my body? It's an action verb. If an animal can do this with their body, it's an action verb. Can an object move this way? It's an action verb. Now just be careful, because this could also, I'm going to say be careful of prepositions. It's prepositions. Be careful of prepositions. These we will get into later. So this little bullet here, I would put a star by. Because sometimes you'll be able to answer this question, but not always. And sometimes it may give you the answer, but it's a preposition and not an action verb. So just be careful. Does this show movement or action? And if it does, it's most likely an action verb. And can I do this with my brain? If so, most likely it's an action verb. So let's look down here. The rooster crowed at 6 a.m. Crowed is the action verb. It describes what the rooster is doing. So that's my action verb. So I'm going to circle that. I know it's already in bold, but we'll circle it. Afterwards, the farmer and his wife rolled out of bed. So after the rooster crowed, they rolled out of bed. Their daughter Sally stood and thought about what she would wear. So she's doing two things. Kind of like a compound verb, I guess you could think of it, even though that's not really a real term. Doing two different things. They stood and she stood and she thought about it. Okay, so that's all the notes that we're going to take on this page today, and that's all the foldables we're going to cut out and glue in. You do have a Google form attached to this that has a couple of questions that you're just going to find the action verb or verbs in the sentences that are on the form, and then type them in the space below. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.